If you are excited for Christmas DIYing and crafting, then this video is perfect for you. Today I'm putting together a ton of ideas that will be perfect for this Christmas using mostly Dollar Tree items. I do want to give a huge thanks to Big Farm Mobile Harvest for sponsoring today's video. They have a really cool charity event going on right now that you're going to love. It's called Plant a Tree. I'll tell you all about it a little bit later on in the video, but let's go ahead and jump on into these fun Christmas crafts. First up, I love crafting like my own wall decor for Christmas. It's so much fun. You get to change it up, very inexpensive every year. So for this, I picked up one of Dollar Tree's biggest flat canvases, and I'm Mod Podging on some scrapbooking paper to give it a nice faux barnwood background. I love picking up scrapbooking paper from Hobby Lobby, especially when it's on sale for like 4 pieces for $1. And these pieces were not big enough, so I did have to try to piece 2 of these pieces together, and I did try to line up the lines just to get them as close as I could. There is going to be a lot of decor going on the front, so I didn't worry about getting them perfect, but just as close as I could. So after every bit of that is kind of dried and in place, I did cut off the edging. And then Dollar Tree puts out like these fun different wooden shapes all the time. I picked up this little wooden arrow and covered it in some red and black buffalo check pattern scrapbooking paper because I'm going to be making a cute little cozy cabin.
Our Christmas memories, oh, and I've been longing to hold you close, forget about it.
And then I put the little arrow down on the sign. I made a faux little chimney by cutting out the matching scrapbooking paper, and then I wanted to create a little 3D roof for this, and I wanted it to be in the wood color, so I'm just using some popsicle sticks for this. Cut them down with a pair of scissors. I like to use old scissors because it does seem like it dulls your scissors if you cut this thick wood on there. I added a charm to the front just so it wouldn't be plain. You could add doors and windows if you would like, but I went for just more of a decorative look, so put that in there. And then I really wanted to dress up the bottom of this. I added in a wood word. I pick up wood words all the time from Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree puts out metal words and wood words, and even Walmart has larger words that you can add to signs. And then adding in some greenery around the bottom, and this just gives it more of a full look.
Making our Christmas memories.
And then I think this is the best part, where I get to take some white paint and just dab it over everything, all of the greenery in the house. And this is so much fun, but it also covers all of the imperfections and the raw edges of the wood. I love how I put it thick at the bottom, and you just don't pay attention to that being cut paper. So it really looks like it is a piece of this wood sign. I did go ahead and blend it into the entire thing by rubbing it even on the background. And then I love to pick up Walmart's large paint stir sticks. I think you get 3 for $1, and very inexpensive, and you can just dry brush over them to look like a darker wood, and then hot glue them to the canvas, and you have like a fun little scroll sign. A hack that I like to do when I am working with these flat canvases is to hot glue a popsicle stick on the back, and that way the board will sit flush against the sign. And then using the popsicle stick one more time just to attach this beadwood hanger. That was making it to where I didn't have to put any bulky like knots in the back or drill any holes through the top, but it makes the little bead hanger sit perfectly flush against this. But I love how this turned out, so beautiful, and that perfect like cabin cozy feel, so everything feels all nice and warm and fun for Christmas.
Our Christmas memories, oh, and I've been longing to hold you close, forget about.
Next up, you can take any of Dollar Tree's little signs. I picked out this one because I love the wooden border that's around it, like the little frame. And I'm going to go ahead and remove all of the 3D pieces and then cover the back with some scrapbooking paper. I was worried that the text would show through, so I started by painting that white before I cut down the same type of barnwood paper that I used in the first project and glue that down in place. Dollar Tree put out these really fun little village sets last year, so I found this truck and camper, so that they are super tiny but adorable, and I thought it would be fun to kind of create a little photo frame with them. So I also grabbed some more of the little village trees, and I started by cutting the backs down so that they would lay flat inside of this little shadow box, glued them down in place as well as the truck, and then I picked up some of Dollar Tree's metal clips that I'll be adding to the top. These are like push pin clips, so I did end up cutting the push pin part off of the back with some wire cutters and then gluing that at the top. I love everything red at Christmas time, so I am using a bright red bow, and it really coordinates with the little red truck. I think that is adorable. Let me know if you're still into the little red truck. I think it's really cute here and there. I'm going to try not to go overboard like I did last year, but I'm still really liking it. I added in a little picture of my girls, but I love how this turned out. Cabin cozy Christmas decor will always have my heart. I just feel like it really warms up any space, makes it feel so cozy, and alongside like lit up decor, especially in the evening. So that's what I always tend to gravitate toward. Let me know in the comments down below what your style is for Christmas every year that you tend to go more towards, or if you're going to try something new this year. But first, I want to take a second to tell you more about Big Farm Mobile Harvest, why I love them, and how that you can help our planet just by playing a fun game on your phone while you're relaxing on the couch. Big Farm Mobile Harvest is a free game that you get to build and develop a beautiful farm life between activities, fun events, restaurants, and so much more. And there is an active community on this game of players to offer creating real life friends. Big Farm Mobile Harvest is offering a in-game event that they're calling the Plant a Tree event. It will be going on from October 7th to October 21st, and this event encourages players to collect as many tree seedlings as possible while maintaining your farm. And then Big Mobile Harvest will actually donate to the One Tree Planted charity as part of the game's environmental initiative. I think this is such a great and genius idea to get people excited about helping our planet while they're just playing a game on their phone and hanging out with their friends. For every sapling that is collected on the game, they're actually going to be planting a real tree. Big Farm Mobile Harvest is free to download. Go in the description box and check out my links. I love planting the crops and selling the vegetables and working towards buying new land and getting rewards and earning coins. So I know you guys are going to love it. Such a good cause and a great way to spend your free time. So make sure you go check out those links down in the description box. But let's go ahead and jump back into more Christmas crafts and some really fun ideas for this upcoming Christmas. I knew the second that I saw this little kind of van car thing holding a tree that it could be cut down into the little red truck. So that's what I tried to do. I could instantly see it, so let me know if that's something that you would have thought of. But it's really cool. You can see how I just drew out what I wanted, but I was still able to keep the shape of the wheels, and the headlights and everything is perfect. And then the truck made it so easy because it was just like a straight little cut in the back to make the little bed. So I love this. And then you can add in a tree if you want to. I ended up not, but I am painting this dark red color, and I always use chalk paint. I still get questions about chalk paint. It just goes on a lot more thick. You don't have to add tons of layers. You don't have to wait a ton of time to let it dry. And that just really helps me whenever I am painting a ton of little details just like this. But I went in with some light gray to make the window, and then I mixed in brown with the same color I painted the truck to add in a ton of details around the truck. And then the highlights, which is the white paint, just really makes this pop and look like it's actually like store-bought is what I always say, or looks like really nicer rather than just leaving like flat boring paint. Adding in all of those details really do matter. And then picking up one of these large ornament signs, which Dollar Tree has out already. I removed the little metal topper. I'm going to be replacing that, but painted this half and half. I did the top with this dry brush white kind of finish so you could see some of the wood, and then painting the bottom with some Mod Podge to put on some scrapbooking paper. And love this pop of pattern, but the white at the top is really kind of evening it out and making a plain blank canvas so that I can add in the truck. I was going to put a bow in the middle. I love how that ribbon kind of separates everything, and then I felt like the bottom was still kind of boring, so I added in that wood word. I love adding the word grateful to everything. It's just like a special word to me, and just think this turns out really cute. I love how the truck came out and how it was originally something different. I know that the little Christmas barns are still super trendy right now, and this is a really fun dollar hack if you want to make your own. I picked up one of these wooden gingerbread houses from the Dollar Tree and picked out some like gray color barn paper or barnwood paper, just faux wood. I cut it down to size, but I wanted this to be a red barn, and I didn't think it was going to be very easy to paint this red and paint in my own lines. So I had this really fun idea to kind of paint the red paint dark enough to make it red, but still light enough that all of those lines will show through. And I love, love, love how this turned out. I think it was such a fun idea. I glued this down in place and instantly had a little red barn. Now the roof doesn't match a barn roof, so I wanted to replace that. So first I tried tower blocks. I laid them all out, and then I just didn't love how they looked, so I will be replacing those with some popsicle sticks.
So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents.
I did go ahead and shape the roof while I still thought that I was going to be using the tower blocks. Went ahead and trimmed all of the excess roof off to give it more of that barn roof look, but I felt like the popsicle sticks just looked a lot nicer, not being so choppy and cut up, and just have like a smoother look. And then making a wreath, I wrapped it around a paint bottle to get the perfect circle, and then placed that at the top.
So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh, 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 ooh. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. All I want is to
I added this buffalo check ribbon to the top of the wreath, and then going in and adding a ton more of the snow like I do in every project. This is so much fun and love how it looks, but this little barn turned out adorable. Something I'll definitely get out from year to year. You could even make your own village. I have turned these into houses before, but just really, really cute. You could personalize them any way that you would like, or make a toy store or anything like that to make your own DIY wood village. I did decide to make this stand up, so I just painted one of Dollar Tree's little wooden pieces, and then using some more tower blocks, I just glued those behind it, and this stood up perfectly and made the perfect little standing barn. Dollar Tree has had out these little wooden drawers forever, and I'm still seeing them out all the time, so something that hopefully we all can find. And a great way to use these, you can just pull the middles out and save them for something else. I liked to use the larger ones on this project, and I loved how it didn't have the little shapes like the drawers do. I did use a smaller one too, but it's just fun to put all of these to good use. I stacked a couple of them up together because I'm going to be making these into little gifts or presents, like little wooden decor ones, but it did leave a little gap I didn't like, so I did take some wood filler and fill that in. And then because I do want these white, but I wanted some darker color to show through rather than the light wood, so I am giving these a base coat of the elephant colored chalk paint. So this is me adding in the white dry brushing, or this is really thick dry brushing, so pretty much painting it, but letting some of the gray show through. You could even sand it down a little bit, but then now is a fun part to get to decorate these. I picked up some Hobby Lobby ribbon, but you can use any type of ribbon that you like. I wrapped it around, hot glued it in place, but the most fun part was adding in tons of greenery and mini little pine cones and berries and adding on more white paint. I love mixing different types of greenery, so the cheaper looking greenery came from Dollar Tree, and then Hobby Lobby has these nice little greenery ties that look a little bit better, so I love mixing them together. Added in these mini little pine cones, which you can find a lot of different places. I used the Dollar Tree red berries and kind of swirled them around my finger to make a nice little spiral shape, and they would stick up. Added the little faux snow on the top. These are adorable and scream farmhouse to me, but you can make them in any color to match your style. This is another one of my favorite projects. I picked up one of Dollar Tree's little shadow boxes that had all of the glitter in there, so make sure you have a little bit of space to work with if you do want to make something like this. I instantly got rid of all of that confetti and glitter. I knew that would make a mess, and then using my razor blade, I just scraped off the wording that was on the inside. This works for me for most projects, as long as it's not like plastic, because that seems like a lot harder to scrape off, but just any frame will work. You could even paint the frame itself if you want, but I love this gold, so I wanted to go with more of like a winter wonderland theme, and I feel like the gold really complemented that. So I cut out a piece of scrapbooking paper that had like this snowy background, which worked out perfect in my benefit. I glued that down, and then for the snow, I'm going to be adding in some Epsom salt and glitter, and that's just really going to make it look like the background matches perfect and goes really nice together. But I wanted to decorate this first, so I end up putting a picture of my girls in here. I just cut the picture down and then glued it on a piece of paper so that it kind of had like a background, so it looked like it was framed. These adorable little tags came from Walmart, but you could easily recreate these using your own paper or cardstock. And I love that it was on this little clothespin. So I ended up hot gluing all of this down, or using glue on the picture and then hot glue on the tag. But I did end up hot gluing the tag inside the clothespin because I do want this to be able to be picked up, and kind of shook it so you can see the snow moving around, and I didn't want that tag going all over the place. So once again, I did mix in Dollar Tree's faux snow, which is just like a thin glitter in like larger chunks, in with some Epsom salt, and that made the perfect mixture to put inside of this little frame. And then whenever I shook it around, the snow little mixture stuck to all of the excess glue that I had around my photo in the frame, so this worked out perfect. I glued the back down before I done that, but love how this turned out. These must be super popular at Dollar Tree. They seem like they're putting them out from year to year. I know the last time I ran in there, they had more of the jars that were like the You Inspire Me one shown here. And I wanted to paint the back of these. So I definitely recommend painting the front, the ugly side, if you are going to display these, just in case they fall over or someone knocks them over. They won't have like a ripped up backing. But I decided to paint the back, which is now the front, this white color, and then paint the little tops black, and I'm turning these into some little snowmen. So the easiest way for me to make little snowman faces is to use the back of my paintbrush to get the eyes as circular as possible. I did add in some extra details. I wrapped the top with this black and white buffalo check ribbon to give it extra details, but I will be adding in a bow to the top at the end. All of this tiny little detail painting is definitely my favorite when it comes to crafting, especially Christmas time, making the easy little snowman faces and gingerbread. I did go in with one of them and add some little eyelashes, so one of them would kind of look girly and the other would kind of be a little bit more boyish, even though he's got like that burlap flower thing on his head. And then I felt like they needed a little scarf. I love how it kind of coordinates with the top hat ribbon, but it's not like exactly matching. So just double knotted that around the bottom and cut those off, but super cute to set around. I added in some white paint and just really cute pieces. I know everyone puts out tons of tiny little houses around Christmas time and village sets, so here's a fun way to make yourself an inexpensive set. I took these little house blocks from Dollar Tree, turned them around backwards, painted them white. I cut up some popsicle sticks to make a little roof, and then I'm going to be decorating them. I love these jumbo popsicle sticks. I picked them up at Walmart, but Dollar Tree popsicle sticks would work just as well. You're just not going to get as much of an overhang because they're not as wide. Cut these down with scissors. Just make sure that they're nice and even. I love how easy it is to wrap something in jute twine. You can get this perfect like rustic look that I'm going for, and then using some wooden stars. Dollar Tree has out wooden stars right now, and you can even drill your own little hole at the top, or you could just glue these directly on there. I added some greenery at the top. I tried to make these really nice and just get the perfect amount so everything feels so fragile whenever you're cutting the greenery down really small. And then using some white paint markers, you can see that I went around the stars. It didn't show up the best, so I did go back over that with some white paint, but really cute and clean cut and perfect for farmhouse Christmas. Here's a really cute way to make over one of Dollar Tree's plain chargers. So I picked this up in silver, and that was the perfect color to get this faux galvanized look. Using some darker gray color paint, this is the elephant color, I just dabbed that really thick all over the edges, and then I did decide to go in and add this to the middle, but you'll see that I do change my mind and fix this a little bit later. I did pick up some vinyl decals from Target Dollar Spot last year, so that's what I'm using. But if you want to recreate the same look, you can hand paint this very easily. Use Dollar Tree stickers for the December and just print off the 25 and trace that, or use your cutting machine. but I feel like this would be something very easy to kind of hand draw yourself. You can see I did mess up. I did put those down and then decided I wanted the white. So I did struggle getting up the big 25, but it worked out. I was able to replace that, but I love it so much more now that it really pops off that white background. Covering this in some clear coat really makes sure that you're not able to see that the stickers really look like stickers, and it just blends the whole project together and gives it more of a finished look. Dollar Tree did have this gorgeous red polka dot ribbon, which I thought was so beautiful on that burlap ribbon. So I did make a quick little bow and glue that to the top to finish this off. And then I noticed that the December is not perfectly centered to the 25, so I did add in a little star. And then I thought this looked so adorable, something perfect to display in your dining room or your kitchen because it's a charger, but adds that perfect pop of red color. And then I put this project at the end because you all are probably tired of watching me make over these signs, but I love them so much. They are the perfect project to make on a rainy day. Dollar Tree always is putting out these little signs with a wood bead hanger, and they are the perfect size to make over for all occasions. But you can also hang in Dollar Tree's new little wood pieces, which is a perfect place to put them too. So I changed up the background because the BU looks like Valentine's Day to me. Cut down some of this buffalo check paper, glued it for the background, and then using some of Dollar Tree's wooden cutouts. And they have so many new wooden cutouts right now that there are so many ways you could go with this to match any style, but really love how easy it is to kind of frame them to make your own decor. I was able to replace the backs. I didn't even paint the frame. I felt like it coordinated so nice with the black background, and then that pop of wood on here just looks so good. I did dry brush over them. I originally thought I was going to make them the same, and then I realized that was kind of silly to make two exactly the same, so I found these little wooden trucks and then added some greenery and berries and pine cones to the top, and just really cute. A perfect little piece to display from a shelf or hooks on the wall, but really think these are cute. Thank you all so much for watching today. I love how some of you all say that you watch my videos while you craft, so you're kind of crafting along with me, even if you're just working on your own projects. It's really fun to think that we're just having this huge giant craft party all the time. Don't forget to go check the description box for the links to download and install Big Farm Mobile Harvest. I know you guys are going to love it, and there is just a limited time to take part in the Plant a Tree charity event that I know you guys are going to love and would love to help out on, so go check that link out down below. Thank you all again for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crafting. Bye.